Hey, welcome back. This is Rick off the record for The Truth Radio, reporting February 1st, 2023. Some new information comes up in relation to this case where 5 officers are being charged with second-degree murder of Tyre Nichols in Memphis, Tennessee. Looks like the Memphis police chief, Cerelyn Davis, was fired from her previous job on the Atlanta Police Department after a botched sex crimes probe. According to reports, the chief of police in Memphis, in charge of the 5 officers who fatally beat and tasered motorist Tyre Nichols, was fired from a previous law enforcement job after a botched probe. Cerelyn C.J. Davis became the first female police chief in Memphis history in 2021 and is currently in the international spotlight after 5 cops brutally beat Tyre Nichols. She was fired from the Atlanta Police Department in 2008 for her alleged involvement in a sex crimes investigation into the husband of an Atlanta police sergeant, according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. 2 detectives from the Atlanta PD accused Davis of telling them not to investigate Terrill Marion Crane, who was married to Sergeant Tonya Crane, after the police department obtained photos of him with underage girls. A federal grand jury later indicted Terrill Crane on child pornography. He pleaded guilty to 1 count of child pornography in 2009, the newspaper reported. The indictment was issued after Atlanta police took no action in the case, and a subsequent investigation by the city pointed to Davis as the reason. Davis was demoted from major to lieutenant before being fired from the force that she had joined in 2008. Now, that case from 2008 regarding C.J. Davis, where she was fired from the Atlanta Police Department, stinks of corruption. And in my opinion, at this point, she needs to step down. It's pretty obvious that she wasn't doing her job, doing PR tours on channels like CNN and MSDNC, talking about being outraged and appalled, and not taking responsibility due to the fact that she is the police chief of the department that hired the police officers that were assigned to this special unit that committed this beating that she's outraged and appalled about. So what really is the issue here? Trying to placate the masses, the woke masses, in trying to hire a person of color. And rather than looking at the actual experience, hiring the best person for the job, man or woman, white or person of color, they instead focus on trying to check the boxes to placate the woke masses. And this is the issue. They hired someone who was demoted from major to lieutenant in Atlanta PD and then fired. And they made her police chief in Memphis to do what she wants there when there was obvious corruption tied to a child pornography case with this woman. So what would make you think that she would make a suitable police chief other than she checks the boxes? And this is the issue. This is what makes us look bad as a people. They're not trying to find the best person for the job. They are just trying to find someone who checks the boxes and has mediocre experience or reasonable experience. And this makes us look bad. We get these jobs, we get these opportunities, or they give it to people who aren't qualified. They blow it, they mess it up with corruption, bad decisions. No real work experience or history that shows that they know what they're actually doing, or that they've been in a similar situation where they can turn a possible problematic police department, for example, around. And then we lose out. Because now we have a history of corruption. We have a history of not doing a good job. She set up a unit in Memphis that didn't have proper oversight and wasn't properly being managed. The other thing is she's going around acting as if this does not fall in her lap, that this issue, this problem, this systemic problem with this specialized unit, in a greater sense, Memphis PD as a whole, doesn't fall on her lap, as if she's a bystander or she or someone else is making these decisions. You are the police chief. This is your responsibility. The buck stops here. In my opinion, she needs to resign. So let us know what you think in the comments below. Should Memphis PD Chief C.J. Davis resign, step down, or should she be given another chance to try to fix this systemic problem in the police department? Seemingly, she was already given another chance after Atlanta PD. This was her second chance. If you liked what you heard, go ahead and subscribe. This is Rick off the record on The Truth Radio, signing out.